There are already tons of threads on the forums asking not to nerf Viper. I bet the forums are on fire. Oh man. I bet this is gonna be pretty rough. Please don't change Viper. Please don't change Viper. Okay, let's see what people... Let's go into this with an open mind. I'm always gonna be willing to accept I'm wrong. Maybe there's a situation at level 100 optimization where it's too much. But right now, to me, it seems insane. Now, I did play at level 100. And I thought the busyness is what makes it fun. But... okay. Please don't change Viper. Viper is a great new addition to the roster. It's easy enough to understand once you get the hang of it, while leaving plenty of room to grow. Changing this class this early on in its lifespan feels like overreacting. Totally do agree with this. Totally agree. It feels like overreacting. It feels like a knee-jerk reaction. Because it just came out. Maybe let people spend more time with it and observe a little longer before seeing how people are handling it. We just had the launch on, what, 2 days ago? The game just officially launched. It seems very, very quick to make these kinds of drastic changes. I agree, it's baffling. They want to change a brand new job less than a week from launch. I haven't had this much fun with an FF14 job in literally like 6 years. Please do not change. Viper is fantastic as it is. Right now. Too late. It's too late. It's too late. They're doing it. There's nothing you can do to stop them. Seconding this, I had so much frustration trying to figure out Monk on one of my main characters, and Viper's combos flow so well into each other. Positionals also make it super engaging and fun to play. I haven't had any problem hitting the positionals myself. They're even color-coded for you. The red means the butt, and the green means the side. You don't even have to think about what button is for what side. It's color-coded. You can do 111 on the one side, and then 222 on the other side. It shouldn't be that bad. It was not hard. If it was like, okay, you need to do side, front, back, side, I mean, you know, flank, back, flank, back, flank, you know, then I'd be like, okay, this is a little much. This is complicated. I can't even remember what I'm supposed to do. It's not really like that. I know that every issue I ran through while playing Viper will be solved with training and muscle memory. No. Training. No training. Reconsider this decision, Square, and leave more time for players. For them to understand the job isn't that hard once you get it. Everything gets easier and easier. Okay, well. How many pages? There's already 5 pages on this. No. Yeah, so this brand new thread, and it's already, I imagine this is going to be the next. Oh, there's people upset about Machinist too. Please don't change Viper. Viper getting changed. Totally unnecessary extra thread. Been playing Viper at high APM with skill speed and been playing it a lot. Starting to become muscle memory on how to do things. Square Enix gonna make it less busy. This is the part that I think is most scary for people. Is that we don't know what they mean by that. That's the reason players are going to be hysterical about this until it's clear. Because this could mean a million different things. However they plan to make it less busy, it could mean something really tiny that you barely notice because that's their interpretation of less busy. Or it could be totally different. It could feel totally different, and we just don't know. We don't know. That's the issue. Major accessibility issue with Viper. Okay. I'm not sure how many people this speaks for. Might just be me, but I've always struggled at connecting icons to meaning. I have a similar, though much smaller issue with faces, but icons are the big one. This doesn't normally stop me from playing. I've done Savage without an issue, because the position of the buttons on the screen and on my keyboard negates that problem. Then we got VIPER. I can't follow this because for some reason its 8-part combo is reduced to 2 buttons that not only change, but you're meant to weave between depending on what step you're at. Can't you, like, remove that so that you don't have to have them changing to the buttons? Like, is there a feature where you can separate it out if you don't like the button changing to the next button? Some abilities do not let you remove it. Oh, really? I thought you could for everyone, but no. Okay, so not for the basic attacks. Never once had an issue. Oh, okay. Okay. Never once had an issue with Freeform Sam and Shadowbringers. No issues with Monk or Dragoon. But I can't follow this one. The buttons lose meaning within a couple of cycles. I don't understand how this was a conscious decision and got through testing. This does seem like an issue if you can't decouple it for every button. I understand that the option to combine it helps some people as it reduces button bloat, but I strongly feel that doing so at the cost of some people being able to use the class at all is not a good trade. Especially that, even accessibility issues aside, you can't lay things out on a hotbar and see what things do while planning out what order to click them in, where you can organize them in a progression as you learn the rotation. Yeah, maybe it would help if they could let you put stuff on a bar that you can't click on so that you could see the progression on your screen, because there's some abilities that you just cannot assign it to a hotbar at all. Yeah, maybe that would help you visualize what's happening and like what goes where. That might help some people. This seems like a pretty valid concern. We've been able to split other combined buttons that have 2 abilities sharing a button. Why isn't this the case for the massive 4 abilities that then need to be combined between each other? I mean, this makes sense to me, but this does seem like a pretty valid accessibility issue for people that are having problems visualizing what the steps are. VIPER, quite literally, press button that glows. The only time that ability icons might make a difference is you care heavily about hitting the positional correctly. I struggled with the same issue till I started following the ability that glows. It leads you through all the combos. Even highlighting to use the buff abilities that have the lower time remaining. Unless trying to min-max, do not overthinking it and just follow the glow. But clearly this is someone who wants to understand well what every button does. That does help. There are situations where both light up, and besides, I do like to min-max as much as I can. Well, in the situations where both light up, I think that you want to do the other one than the one you did last time. I think you want to alternate. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I've been doing. Because I don't overthink things like that. I haven't been overthinking it at all. Well, especially because I'm leveling. But maybe later on I would try to understand better, but... Oh man, there's gonna be so much dooming on the forums today because of this. Perhaps they shouldn't listen to players' hot takes about how hard VIPER is when it hasn't been out 1 week. People tend to underestimate how much muscle memory will make VIPER feel very easy, very quickly as it is. This is a really good point. Yeah. It's a job that will... It's going to depend on your muscle memory, but they're not giving players enough time to even build that muscle memory before making changes to it, and that's what's most disappointing. Let people play the job for longer before this knee-jerk decision. There's just not enough time for people to even be on it. Like, how many people are even at level 100? It's pretty... Well, we're gonna be monitoring this. There's no shot that VIPER is getting patched. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you didn't hear, but it's true. It's true. Yes, dude. Yeah, we got some pretty bad news for VIPER today. Some extremely concerning news. They said it's too busy. Yoshi said it's too busy. And it is too many positionals. So even though the positionals were color-coded to help people hit them, and there's really not that many, it's overwhelming. What does he mean by this? No one knows. That's the other thing that's upsetting. What happened to not simplifying jobs anymore? Right? What happened to all that stuff that he was saying before about players need some stress in their life to feel like they've accomplished something? What happened to all that? All of us devs are playing Elden Ring right now. I don't know. I mean, we shouldn't jump to conclusions before we've seen what they're actually gonna do, but it's I can't think of a more concerning thing that he could have said about VIPER. Just choose a different class if it's too difficult. That's the thing, too. It definitely feels to me like they don't want players to feel like there's a class they can't play. They don't want any player to feel like there's a job that's not for them. They want every job to be very accessible to every person. I felt like VIPER was it's almost too easy. And the saving grace for it, in spite of its simplicity, is how busy it is. That's why it's fun, is because it's super, super busy. But if they take that away, I'm worried. I am worried about that.